You can use Rosetta Studio to scan through an existing PowerPoint file and select slides you would like to include in your presentation. After inserting a slide from an external PowerPoint file, you will be able to bind data from Rosetta to the objects in the external PowerPoint slide. The PowerPoint file can be any PowerPoint file. These are not PowerPoint files that were created by Rosetta. When we choose Insert Slide, we're presented with a browser that allows us to flip through the selected PowerPoint file, preview the slides, and choose which slide we'd like to pick, or we could simply insert all slides. For this example, we'll choose this slide. And we'll close this window, and then click into the slide to bind data from Rosetta to objects on the PowerPoint slide. Rosetta is now scanning the actual PowerPoint slide and finding objects that we're able to bind to. Now we're able to bind data from Rosetta to the various objects. Rosetta can tell us the object number on the slide, as well as the object name, and if we click on a chart, we see that it tells us what kind of chart type. We have an idea of where the elements are by the top left coordinates. And let's begin binding some data. We see in this text field, the text currently on the slide is "This is the title from PowerPoint file." What we're going to do is bind this with the question text from question 1, the first table in Rosetta. Now let's go to another text box. We see the text here currently on the slide is various text 1. I don't want to actually use question text, so I have the option of unchecking the question tag and updating the text accordingly, which we'll do for the next text box. And now we'll bind some data to the charts. Here we have 3 pie charts. And let's say we would like these to be various demos that exist in our Rosetta data. Of course, we can bind any data to these slide objects regardless of the current data on the slide. Now that we have all of our elements binded, they're all yellowed out, we can proceed. We'll click OK, and we'll go ahead and generate this slide. Rosetta is now generating 100% native PowerPoint, pushing Rosetta data into the binded slide objects. Anything that is not binded will remain unchanged, and the slide formatting settings will remain in place. The Rosetta default presentation options will not be enforced, as we're only pushing data to the binded slide objects. If we take a quick look at the actual slide, we now see that the data has changed. These text boxes have been updated. The question title has now been updated, but the overall formatting and chart types are still in place. If we quickly open the original slide, very clearly see that the data is completely different between the original slide and our new slide, which has been inserted into Rosetta, binded, and then generated to push out the Rosetta data into the existing PowerPoint slide. Inserting slides and binding allows you to use any charts, whether natively supported, and also your existing PowerPoint slides with Rosetta without having to redo the setup work, thus saving you even more time.